Other news tonight, a community breathing a sigh of relief after a massive structure fire just outside of El Dorado.
KSN's Hannah Adamson reports how partnerships with nearly a dozen area fire departments were put to the ultimate test. It's new at 10 tonight. Hannah.
Jeff, Emily, one neighbor I spoke to says in the 8 years she's lived in the area, she's never seen a structure fire quite like this. 38 firefighters with 10 different fire departments were on scene last night. Neighbors telling me they were pleased with the response, but some are left wondering if more could be done to prevent future fires from getting out of hand.
A volunteer firefighter actually showed up in his POV, got dressed out of the bed of his pickup truck and ran on foot to the scene because they needed additional help.
Heather Griffith says she could feel her whole house shake following a fiery explosion late Wednesday night, 3/4 of a mile away.
It shook our entire house and was just like a massive boom. And I jetted out our back door. You could immediately see an orange glow.
Griffith, a former law enforcement officer herself, says she's never seen such an intense structure fire in Prospect, a town outside El Dorado with few fire hydrants.
One water tank would come, and within minutes it was emptied and they'd have to go back. So they were actually rotating tanks in and out of town.
It's right on the edge of not only the city, but it's also on the edge of where the water lines serve.
El Dorado city manager says because Prospect is part of a rural water district, the placement of fire hydrants there is outside the city's jurisdiction.
Rural water districts have different standards for where they locate fire hydrants. Some may do so every couple miles.
Dillner says the city of El Dorado has no current plans to purchase tankers of its own.
Part of the reason for that is because of the fact that we have all these mutual aid agreements. So in the city of El Dorado proper, there's really not any need to have a tanker in our fleet.
Griffith says while she believes first responders did everything they could with what they had.
When it's spreading, like how much more danger are we going to be running into? Because we don't necessarily have the water to stop it right here. It kind of raises some curiosity whether or not that might be in the future a concern to be raised.
Dillner says residents of the rural water district can petition their local office for a fire hydrant, but it's no guarantee you might actually get one. Depending on where you live, you could be paying full price for a hydrant, which could cost thousands of dollars. Or if a new service line is needed, it might not provide adequate water pressure to fight a fire this size. Here for you, Hannah Adamson, KSN News 3.